Alright, so you are welcome to the second lesson of data analysis using R Studio step by step. So now we've been able to create a new folder called demo. So I'll just head over to that folder. Here I am. So I am in the demo folder now. My network again is pretty much very slow. Bear with me, so it might delay us, but we hopefully we'll get the job done. So now that we've created a new folder called demo, the next thing that we need to do is add a data set in here. So how do you add a data set? Just click on upload, okay, then choose file. So I'll select this file and then I'll click up. Okay, so now I've just selected the data set from my computer, and as you can see, ICU data set has been loaded here. Okay, so this is the data set. So once this is done, the next thing that I want to do is to ensure that I am working in the directory of this folder. So I will just click on session to do that, and then I'll say set working directory and then choose directory. So, and then I'm going to select the folder demo and then say choose. Then that's it. So I have set, I'm in this working directory, meaning that the files that I get to save will be found in this folder. So because sometimes when you are generating the tables, you might save them as Word documents and then you'll find them in this folder. The next thing that I want to do is load the dataset, import. So I just uploaded the dataset. Now I want to import it. So to import a dataset, click on import dataset in the environment window here. So, and then I'll select the type of dataset. So this is an Excel. So I'll click there, and then I'm going to browse. So, and then I'll open the folder that I uploaded the dataset in. So we remember that folder's name is demo. Okay, the folder's name was demo. So we just wait for it to load there. Okay, so let me just okay, there we are. Open and import. So as we are doing this, okay, so as you can see, this is the data set. We can see it has 8 variables. Okay, it has 8 variables. So the variables survive, the variables age. Okay, if you click here, you can even change so that it's numeric. You can see the type of data that it is, age group and so on. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll just click on import and then it will start importing. Now, as this is happening, let me just make sure that I have a highlighter, okay, a cursor, so that you people are able to see what we're doing. Let me just select a cursor highlighter. All right, now, so we have loaded our data set. It's here, okay. So survive, age group, sex, infection, systolic blood pressure, pulse, and emergency. So these are the 8 variables that we have. So survive, so this data set was collected from a certain hospital, Massachusetts General Hospital, and they were looking at in the intensive care unit, the patients that were in the intensive care unit, and this is the outcome of the patient, whether they survived or not. This was the age group, okay, the gender of the patient, whether they had an infection or not, what was the systolic blood pressure, what was the pulse, and whether the case was admitted to ICU as an emergency or not. Okay, so I can just get to close here, okay, because I already have the data set. As you can see, it's here. It's written ICU here. So like I said, this environment window will show you if you have the data that you are working with. So now that we are here, what's the first code that we are going to write? Okay, so I want to bring to your attention the concept of packages. Okay, the concept of packages. So I'll just write a comment here. Let me just zoom in a bit so that you're able to see. Okay, so let me just write a comment. So what if I put a hash and then I write something, meaning that is not going to be read as a code, it's going to be read as a comment. So I'm going to say install packages. So what are packages exactly? So packages, you can think of them as a phone. For example, on your phone, you have some applications that enable you to do different tasks, like take a picture, calculate, Okay, so these applications in RStudio, they are called packages. So you need to install these packages. For example, when you have your phone for the first time, most likely you didn't have WhatsApp and you needed to download it. So here you have to install those packages. So to install packages, these packages will enable us to do all the things that we want to do on our data. Okay, and don't worry, I'll just give you the most important packages that you need to get the data set analyzed. Okay, so to install the first package, we're going to run this code install dot. Okay, so I'll just click on tab so that it can continue on its own. Then I'll put some inverted commas in there. Then I'm going to call this, the name of the package is tidyverse. Okay, tidyverse. And then the next package that we're going to install is called the next package is called okay, DataExplorer. And then the third package that we are going to install is called install.packages. So the third is called dlookr. Remember, there's no E. Okay, so RStudio is very sensitive to case. It's case sensitive as well as spelling. So you have to make sure that you double check the spellings. So this is one ways of installing the packages, but the easiest one is to just come on tools. Okay, just come on tools and then you say install packages, and then you write the name of the package that you want to install. So for example, I can write dlookr. Okay, dlookr package. I don't know whether it starts with a capital D or small d. Yeah, let me try capital D. Let's see what happens. So it seems my network is slow. Okay, so I think it's small letter D. It's small letter D, not capital D, small letter D. So install packages. So I'll write dlookr. Normally, when my network is working fine, it should autocomplete for me. Dlookr. Okay, so install packages. So let's run that. So that's one of the ways of installing packages in your RStudio. Yeah. So when you are using RStudio offline version, it's telling me that I've already updated. So one or more of the packages to be updated are currently loaded. Okay, so I already have these packages. So you need to have these packages. Okay, you can just simply run this code by clicking on run or control enter. So I already have these packages installed, so I'm not going to install them. Then the next thing that you need to do is to load these packages. So that's to activate the packages. So load packages. Okay, so how do you load? So you just call the code library, then you write the name of the package, tidyverse. Okay, tidyverse. Okay, and then as you can see now, I've left out the inverted commas. Library, then I will put DataExplorer. Okay, and then another package is dlookr. So I'll tell you what these packages actually do. Okay, so this tidyverse is for data manipulation, data cleaning. It does quite a number of things. Okay, it does a number of things. DataExplorer and dlookr, they are for data exploration. So what I will do is that I'll just copy everything, then control enter. I'm using Windows, so that these packages are activated. Okay, so these packages are activated. All right, so now that I've done that, the next thing that I want to do is load the dataset or attach the dataset. So I'll put it in a comment so that you people are able to follow exactly what I'm doing. So I'll say attach dataset. data set. So you can see these are simple codes that you can write them somewhere and you'll be able to refer to them. Okay, so I'll say attach. So you see RStudio, it follows English, you see. Just English. So here I'll call the name of the package. So ICU. Okay. So control enter. Okay, so I have attached the dataset. Now that I've attached the dataset, now I can begin my basic analysis. So we can begin some analysis, just some basic things. Okay, maybe I'll say view, okay, view data. So you can view some firsts, okay, you can view your data set, okay. So let me just view the first six observations in my data set by writing the code head. Okay, then I just write the name of the data set. So control enter, and then I should be able to see here, as you can see. Let me just expand this. Okay, so here I'm able to see the first 6 observations in my data set. And then if I say tail, I see you again, the name of the data set, control enter, it will give me the last 6. Okay, it will give me the last 6. All right, okay, perfect. Now, if you have watched the introduction to data analysis, my video that I posted earlier on, I told you that you, after familiarizing yourself with the data, before you begin to analyze, you need to do what we call data exploration. So you need to do data exploration. So what is data exploration? Is where now you try to look at the distribution of your data, like how many missing variables do you have, the analysis of missing variables in case you want to do principal component analysis. Now those might sound very, very deep, but all I want you to know is we want to understand the type of data that we have. So in SPSS, we saw that we could do various things, but in R, it's actually very simple and straightforward. By using these packages, it can generate for us a diagnostic report of our data set, okay? So how do we do that? So if you want to use DataExplorer, it depends with whichever one you prefer. So I'll use both so that you see the output, how it looks. So you're going to choose whichever one you're going to be comfortable using. So now I'm going to use DataExplorer. So DataExplorer, the code is create, okay, underscore report. And then I'll call the name of the dataset, okay? And then with this simple code, by pressing Control and Enter, you see magic that will happen. Okay, so it's creating for me a report that I'll be able to view, okay? That I'll be able to view, okay? So let's just try again the antivirus, they are blocked, okay? So, and then you'll be able to, so it will open an HTML page. As you can see, it's opening for me, okay? So this, what is being opened here is a report, okay, a diagnostic report of my data set. Jeez, my network is so slow. Okay, because this should have opened a long time ago. Let me just check here. Okay, so it's just my network right now, which is very slow, but this is something very exciting. So let's just give it some time to load. Okay, let's try. Let me put this on flight mode a bit and connect it again. So maybe there will be a change. All right, that worked. So we have this report. As you can see, this is the table of content. Okay, and then we are able to see some basic statistics that RStudio has done, and it's all because of that package. So we can see here, look what I'm doing now. Okay, so you can see these are continuous variables, these are categorical variables, so it has divided those two, okay, the missing variables that are there and so on. So we are able to see also the data structures that we have. So you can see the classes of the data that we have. So you have survive as a character, okay, age as a numeric, age group, and so on. And then you can scroll down, and then you'll be able to see a profile for your missing data, okay. So we can see we don't have any missing data. Then it also gives us the histograms for all the numeric variables. So as you can see, they are already plotted here. And from here, we can tell whether the data is normally distributed or not, you see, without wasting a lot of time. So this is not normally distributed. This definitely not, but these two, they are normally distributed. And then it also does the bar charts for us for all the categorical variables, okay? And then it does also the QQ plots that we are able to see the distribution of our data, okay? And look at this, it also does some correlation analysis for us, okay? So it does all the correlation for every variable that is there against each other. So this is quite something wonderful. Then it does some principal component analysis, PCA. If you don't know about what PCA is, don't worry, it's not for you, don't bother. Okay, so this is principal component analysis. So this is what DataExplorer generates. Now let's try this other package, the dlooker, my favorite one. So dlooker, the package, the code is diagnose, okay? Okay, diagnose underscore report. Okay, then I'll call the name of the data set. So this one is going to give me, it's going to give me what? It's going to give me the PDF document of my report. So control enter, and then let's see the magic happen again, like previously. So this PDF document is opening up. You can see how RStudio is quite very efficient in analyzing data, in doing things very fast. The data, if you have used SPSS, you know that SPSS is very fast because it's just drag and drop. So I would spend maybe 2 hours to analyze a data set in full in SPSS, but in R it would only take me 30 minutes to do the same work. So that's why I shifted from SPSS to RStudio. So to you who want to do things very fast, I urge you also to give it a try, okay? To give it a try, yeah. So as we can see, this PDF document is loading here. Because my network is slow again. With in my country right now, we are being load shedded. So whenever there's load shedding, even the network also becomes very poor. So let me just do the magic that I had done. Oh, before I could even think that this thing has happened, which is a good thing. Okay, so we can see here we have this diagnostic report, okay, for our data, okay. So this is the report series with dlooker, okay, data quality diagnosis report. So let's look at what is it that dlooker gives us, which is different from a DataExplorer. So first of all, I like the report, how it comes, and it comes as a PDF, which means I can download it and send to someone so that they can take a look at it also, okay. So, and you can see the table of contents is there, okay, and diagnostic data, as we can see here. So this is some list of all variables, quality. So what type of variables we have? Do we have any missing variables there? Okay. So, and then it also does some diagnosis of missing data, but it didn't do, it says no variables including missing values, okay? So we don't have any missing values, but from here you can determine the missing values that you have and whether you need to do anything to those missing values. So that's a good part of this. So, and then it does some diagnosis of unique data numeric, so age group numeric 00, whatever that thing is, okay? But from this report, it's quite enough for me to determine the things that I can do. So from here, I can just go ahead and start analyzing because I'll be able to understand a number of things. Okay, so these are the top 10 levels of categorical variables we're able to see. And then diagnosis of numeric data, you can see some descriptive analysis there. We have age, the minimum is 16, then the first quartile 46.75, the mean 57 point what, median there, third quartile maximum zeros, and then do we have any negatives or do we have any outliers? But of interest is the systolic blood pressure, which has 5 outliers, which brings questions to say, now what will I do with those outliers? And then it doesn't just leave you on your own. You'll see that it will do some analysis on those outliers and give you of what I suggest for you what can be done. So this is a diagnosis of outliers. So as you can see, systolic blood pressure with outliers, we have 5 outliers, and then for pulse we have 1 outlier. Okay, so and you can see the pulse, the maximum pulse was 192, which is definitely an outlier. And then systolic blood pressure, the highest was 256, which is quite an outlier. Okay, so I'm sure. And then you can also see that we have 36 minimum, meaning it's an outlier. Systolic blood pressure 36, someone is in shock. And then we have a pulse, that's bradycardia, severe bradycardia, if this patient didn't have a heart block. Okay, so we can see that's 39, okay, as an outlier also. So let's scroll down, we see, and then it's able to do for us some plots. Okay, outliers count, you can see 5 median outliers, 155 median with outliers, so whatever that thing is. Okay, and then this is quite very useful. So it plots for you. So you can see this is a box plot of systolic blood pressure with outliers. So you're able to see that I have something above 250, which is an outlier. We have 200 plus, again, these are outliers. And then we have this done, which are outliers. And then it also removes those outliers for you and then plots without outliers. So you're able to see. So you can determine to say, if I want to make my data normally distributed on the systolic blood pressure, the only thing I need to do is just remove the outliers because it has already diagnosed for you. And then you can see here also the histograms with outliers and without outliers. So you can see here the distribution doesn't look so well, but it's like squeezed in between. But here you can see it's spread nicely on the without outliers. So this is something very, very useful. And then it has also done the same thing with the pulse, as you can see there. So that's how basically you do your data exploration easily. Now let me just give you a bonus. So this bonus is, remember, we were able to generate a descriptive table of analysis in SPSS. Let's look at how you can do the same in RStudio. Okay, so here I'm going to install a package. Okay, let me just run. So you are going to install a package called gtsummary. All right, so for me, I already have it installed, so I'll just call its name gtsummary. I hope it's already installed, gtsummary package. Control Enter. All right, so for you, what you do, because you don't have it, you go on Tools and then Install Packages. So and then you are going to write gtsummary, okay, and then you are going to run this code. Once you run that code, and then you are going to call the name of the package here to load the package as gtsummary. Okay, so here I will just put a comment here to show what we've done, to say data exploration. Okay, data exploration reports. Okay, all right, so there are a lot of other things that these packages can do. There are a lot of maneuvers that you can, but like I said, I just want to teach you how to drive the car and get your final destination. So now the last bonus is table 1. Okay, how to generate table 1 using gtsummary package. So how do you do that? You're just going to call this code. So you're going to say table summary, okay, underscore summary, okay, table summary, okay, that's the code. And then here you write the name of the data set. So ICU. Now with this code that you're able to see here, it will show you the result. So control enter and see what happens. So all right, so look here. So you can see I told you this is the viewer window. So I'm just going to zoom this. You'll be able to see, look at this amazing table already generated for us in APA format. Okay, and this is an amazing table so far because I can just lift this and put it in my report. Okay, so survive, we can see it has already done for me median. It already determines whether something is normally distributed or not normally distributed. I mean age. It has already determined whether it's normally distributed or not, and it will give me exactly what I need to put there. So median, I can see median. So well, these are frequencies. Okay, now, in case you wanted to have this saved in your Word document, and like I said, you don't need to know a lot of things about data analysis. There is your friend here, ChatGPT. So you just come to ChatGPT and ask it for a code that will enable you to save this. Okay, so but for you to be able to save, you need another package called Flex Table. So I'll just install that, install packages. So this will enable you to save a table in a Word document. So I'll call it Flex Table. So install. Okay, let's see what happens. Install packages, Flex Table. So the code has run and the package has been installed. And then I will say library flex table, and then I'll run this code. All right. Network is slow, so I just wanted to get a code here. I have forgotten it. That will enable you to actually save that table. Okay, so fine. It looks like it has opened. So I'll just come this side, and I have table summary ICU. Now this table summary doesn't have a name yet, so I have to assign an object to it. So I'll call it T1 as table 1, and then I'll say less than, and then I'll put a dash there, something like that. So that's how you name the, or that's how you actually assign. So this is an object, and then this is the value. So I want this table to be assigned to T1. So whenever I want this table, I don't have to write all this code. I'll just have to call T1. So control enter, and then that should give me an object here as T1. All right. Now I will copy this. I'll copy this. Okay. Then I'll ask my friend here to say, give me an R code to save T1 as a Word document using the package Flex Table. Okay, Flex Table. So since my network is still slow, and yeah, my network is still very, very slow, so this might not happen. But if you do that, you'll be given the code that you should be able to run here. And then maybe an additional package that might be required is Officer, which enables you to create all these different Officer. I think it's called Officer. So let me just write that, run that. Okay, so Officer enables you to create Word documents, PowerPoint documents in R. Okay, so it's a very, okay, so I think I already have it. Maybe it's just a matter of calling its name, loading it. So I have to ensure that all these two packages are ready. Okay, so Officer. So these packages that I'm giving you here, they are gold. Okay, these are the packages that we'll be using in our analysis. If we need an additional package, I'll let you know, but for now, these are the codes. Okay, so this thing is taking long. It's taking long. So let's do that. That I should have the code saved somewhere. Let me just open a folder. I should have that code saved somewhere. Biostats. Okay, so like I said, that you don't need to remember these codes. You can always just save them, and whenever you want to use them, you can just call them, you know. Okay, this is interesting. Where is that? Okay, so I'll just copy this. I'll just copy this code. Control, okay. I'll just copy that code and I'll come into our studio. This friend of mine usually is very fast, but network is very slow, as you can see. So I'll just paste this here and then I'll just modify. So create a new Word document. So that's the first code I'll run, Control Enter. Okay, so that has been done. And then the next thing that I will do, add the flex table to the document. Add, I don't know what that even means. I was supposed to run T4 flex table. So I'll say convert T1 as a flex table. Okay, as flex table. So I don't know, maybe I should put the name of the code. Okay, so Control Enter. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so Control Enter. All right, that has been done. All right, so now that that has been done, so and then we will go further. So doc, this is the Word document that I want to create. Value, then here I'll put T1. Okay. So value, let me remove this and just call T1. Okay. Control Enter. All right, and then print doc target. Okay, so if I want to print this, let me see what happens. I don't know. Okay, I hope that has happened. Let me just come to my folder. All right, so you can see this is the name of the merged regression tables flex table. So you can see in my folder I have a new folder, a new file that has been created. Don't mind about the name because I didn't change. You can see in my folder there's this Word document that has been created. So if I click here, just double click there, you'll be able to download this Word document. So once you download, so I'll open this downloaded folder. So file was 14. So my document has been downloaded. Then I'll open and you see the magic in your document. Okay, so you don't have to stress anything about how to modify these tables so that I can put them in the standard APA format. No, you don't have to do that because RStudio has your back. All right, so you can see there. Okay, so this should be the document. All right, this should be the document. Yes, so now you can see this table looks amazing. Okay, it looks very amazing. There are just maybe some few tweaks that I need to do to it, but so far it looks amazing. And if you don't find this magical, I don't know if anything else is going to be magical. So guys, thank you so much, and I really appreciate your sticking